Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 28th December 2020. So let us see which are the important articles in today's The Hindu newspaper. Yes, these are the articles for mains purpose and for prelims purpose. Let us see one by one. First article on page number 6. Yes, editorial page. The context of the article that recently the central government has announced the trial run or dry run of vaccine distribution mechanism. So article is discussing the importance of that dry run, at the same time how it will work, that dry run, how it will work and how important aspect of that mechanism that is to be ensured here while let's say vaccine delivery throughout India in coming months. Okay. So this is what the article is talking about. In first part it is giving significance or importance of this dry run. Like India has the entire system in place to roll out any new vaccine under universal immunization program. So this universal immunization program has been in place to provide various vaccines to newborns as well as let's say the children up to 5 years of age, and let's say pregnant and lactating mothers, for them also some of the vaccines. So yes, this is in place, and this is advantage, we can say that, in terms of infrastructure availability at the grassroots level. Fine. So but this is the first time that vaccine to be administered outside the program and specifically for adults to be rolled out. ठीक है, तो अडल्ट्स और सबके लिए जो बोलते हैं ना यूनिवर्सल वैक्सीनेशन हो रहा है यहाँ पे. So this will be a unique program now. Since several aspects of COVID-19 vaccination program are new, vaccinating millions of adults belonging to specific groups, administering 2 doses of vaccine for few weeks apart, and process of enrolling the recipients and rolling out the immunization program. So these are the new aspects under this COVID-19 vaccination program, and therefore the government has rightly decided to undertake dry run of vaccine. So it is going to be taking place on, let's say, 2 days this week in 4 states: Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Gujarat and Punjab. And this will ensure let's say administrator to test the vaccination process and check the usage of CoWIN IT platform for management of entire vaccination process. The linkages between planning, implementation and reporting mechanism will be also tested during this dry run. So how it will work? So yes, since 4 high risk group have been prioritized to receive vaccine, the first task is to register the recipients on CoWIN platform. Now this CoWIN platform is a single, let's say, single point interface among the recipients, administrators, vaccine providers, and the movement of vaccine is, let's say, tracked on this platform itself. So this is where the vaccine, let's say, recipients are registered first. Then COVID-19 vaccine will be administered to 100 adults at each designated site on predefined date and time. Prior to vaccination, bona fide of the registered adults are to be determined. ये हमने कुछ दिन पहले देखा है कि government had issued some guidelines and let's say which documents are to be produced to verify the identity of that person. तो ये bona fide हम जिसको बोल रहे हैं कि identity verification होगा. IT platform has to generate the date and time when the people can receive the second dose also. Checking and reporting of all adverse events immediately and days after the vaccination is essential. Why? Because no COVID-19 vaccine has undergone long-term follow-up for safety during trials. So that's why this is also important. Both the vaccines that are at advanced stages of testing in India do not require ultra low temperatures for delivery and storage. This is good thing, because whatever the temperature that is required, that is 2 degree to 8 degree, for these 2 important vaccines that are in the final stages to roll out in India, they require 2 degree to 8 degree Celsius for storage, and that is available under universal immunization program infrastructure. Fine. So as the plan is to vaccinate 300 million people in 4 high risk groups, 600 million doses will be required. This exercise should therefore look for creating additional storage capacity at these facilities. ठीक है, तो additional storage facilities in terms of infrastructure, this is also, we can say, the government should augment this part of the mechanism. Okay, so this is how we can understand the vaccination is going to be rolled out. ये जो है रिसेंटली डिसीजन लिया हुआ ड्राई रन का. सो यस, द फॉलो अप विल हैपन इन नेक्स्ट वीक. हम कैसे ये रोल आउट हुआ है, सक्सेसफुल हुआ है नहीं हुआ है, हमें पता चलेगा. फाइन. नेक्स्ट, towards an effective vaccination distribution policy. Now the article, already we have discussed the let's say what should be the important aspects of effective vaccination or vaccine distribution policy. We will say that the article is discussing two important points. One is that it is saying whether the prioritized group is correct or not. For example, at present we have prioritized two important, let's say, groups of people or sections of people. First is, let's say, frontline workers, doctors, nurses and all of them, and second important, let's say, group is those who are above 60 years of age, जो हम बोल सकते हैं aged people का, right? So the article is let's say asking the government to re-examine this triage principle. Triage principle क्या होता है मेडिकल इसमें कि प्रायोरिटी किसको देना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट, इन टर्म्स ऑफ लेट्स से वैक्सीन किसको देना है, राइट? सो ऑल दीज आर दैट कम्स अंडर द ट्रायज प्रिंसिपल इन मेडिकल लेट्स से terminology. And under this triage principle, due to let's say lack of enough resources, some of these resources are prioritized to the targeted group. Okay. Now under the present government's triage policy, let's say of the vaccine distribution or vaccine delivery, these are the priority groups, and the writer is asking to re-examine the priority groups. First, in a sense that the adult, let's say aged population who are prioritized here, somehow it is in conflict with the important objective of vaccination policy, that is we need to break the chain of transmission of this virus. And somehow aged population are isolated, they do not move outside, and that's why there are less chances of transmission as compared to the young population who goes out for work or let's say any other purpose, and that's why the more chances of transmission to the unvaccinated or non-vaccinated population. And that's why the article or the writer is asking to let's say prioritize such kind of let's say groups of people or localities. For example, it is giving example of Dharavi slum that is located in or densely populated slum in Mumbai. So that has more chances of transmission. Okay. At the same time, the second issue it is discussing is that whether we need to augment the let's say facilities of private hospitals or not. ठीक है, तो ये दो issues article में discuss हुए हैं. So let us see quickly what is given in the article. You can see here. So yes, India plans to vaccinate 300 million people against COVID-19 over next 6 to 7 months, and it has given priority to frontline workers followed by everyone above 50 years of age. This will mean roughly 20% of population will be vaccinated by July-August 2021. A vaccination drive as this should have two distinct objectives. One, providing protection to those vaccinated, and to minimize or at least slow down the speed and spread of viral transmission. Now, the priority group, that is first priority group, frontline workers, this is in line with this objective. Why? Because the frontline workers are more having interface with the new kind of people every day, and therefore there are more chances of transmission. Somehow this is good thing that they have been prioritized. But the second aspect, it is saying that the priority given to older people may not be actually minimize the total social economic cost inflicted by the virus in long run. Why? Because elderly people are less mobile, have lower level of social interaction as compared to younger people. Younger person who interacts with larger number of people is both likely to get infected and subsequently infect others. This suggests that densely populated areas, for instance Dharavi slum, should receive far more attention than they are likely to get under current strategy. At the same time, involving private hospital, the government's procurement strategy seems to depend entirely on domestic sources. It also plans to rely entirely on public resources for distribution without involving private hospital. So the writer is saying that we need to re-examine this. Any approval from the government will enable an affluent to jump the vaccination queue. this will invariably attract the charge that government is catering to interest of richer groups of the population. However, we need to, let's say, analyze this situation dispassionately, and it shows that allowing the private sector to provide additional supplies of vaccine would not really be a bad policy decision. Why? Because this would not decrease the availability of the vaccine to the poor, because the government will ensure the access of vaccine free of cost to the poor, and along with that it will ensure that the entire population or larger number of, let's say, population get vaccinated, and lower will be the spread of virus transmission among the non-vaccinated. This will be, let's say, added advantage to let's say involving private hospitals, and also, let's say, market based delivery of vaccine. Fine. So these two important points can be, let's say, noted down from this article in terms of vaccine delivery mechanism. Fine. So this article is written very generally, that what are the issues that India faced, important issues that India faced in 2020, and the article is also providing some vague, let's say, way forward also. But what is important for us, let's say, for essay purpose or in general, if you talk about in let's say your interview, IAS interview or UPSC interview, the panel asks what are the important issues that India faced in 2020. तो ये सारे इश्यूज आपको जनरली पता होने चाहिए, दैट मेन इश्यूज COVID-19 pandemic, India-China standoff along the border, LAC in Ladakh region, center-state relations deteriorated, for example, central government and West Bengal government, increased number of or use of political defections to topple the government, the diminishing role and utility of parliament, especially parliamentary scrutiny that has been, let's say, bypassed by the present government from time to time. The economy is in recession. India has slipped further down in the scale Human Development Index. हमने देखा है कि इस साल 131 रैंक आया है. So from 129 to 131, 2 प्लेस हमने यहाँ पे स्लिप हो चुका है. New items of legislation on social issues, like for example ये जो forced conversion by marriage जो यूपी गवर्नमेंट या हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट जो लॉज ला रहे हैं, tend to aggravate an already divisive, let's say, polity. At the same time, the ongoing farmers agitation is one of the important issue facing India in 2020. So article is also providing some way forward in terms of like there is need to make our decision making process and giving up many entrenched ideas and concepts. So for let's say foreign policy in terms of China, ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ स्टेटमेंट दे के काम नहीं आएगा. सो द आर्टिकल और द राइटर इज सेइंग दैट वी नीड टू टेक सम स्ट्रॉन्ग डिसीजंस टुवर्ड्स चाइना. At the same time, in terms of economy, it is saying that we need to also augment the export oriented economy. जो अभी जो right now जो focus हो रहा है vocal for local, that is not let's say sustainable for long term. At the same time, it needs to focus on job creation, and let's say stimulus for demand would ensure the growth in job opportunities also. Fine. So in this way, some vague points are given in way forward, but what is important from article? ये issues आपको पता होने चाहिए, main issues. Fine. And in the end, somehow we missed earlier this news regarding Human Freedom Index report that has been released in last week. So this data is given, so that's why we have again tried to cover this news. Human Freedom Index 2020 that has been released in December 2020, and India has been ranked 111 out of 162 countries. Now this Human Freedom Index is released or published by Cato Institute in US and Fraser Institute in Canada together. So this Cato Institute is non-profit organization or NGO in United States. Okay, so it uses data from 2008 to 2018. ये 10 साल का डेटा उन्होंने यूज किया है. इट कवर्ड 76 इंडिकेटर्स ऑफ पर्सनल, सिविक एंड इकोनॉमिक फ्रीडम. ठीक है, 3 टाइप के फ्रीडम जो है वो कवर हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे. इंडिया वाज रैंक्ड 110 इन टर्म्स ऑफ पर्सनल फ्रीडम एंड 105 इन टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक फ्रीडम with overall score of 6.43 out of 10. Now New Zealand was ranked 1 स्पेशली यहाँ पे इकोनॉमिक फ्रीडम बहुत ही ज़्यादा है, जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस में भी न्यूजीलैंड फर्स्ट आता है जनरली, दैट्स वाई फर्स्ट, देन फॉलोड बाय स्विट्जरलैंड एंड देन हांगकॉन्ग। लास्ट थ्री ज़्यादा ज़रूरी नहीं है हमारे लेट्स से एग्जाम के लिए, वेनेजुएला, सूडान एंड सीरिया। So yes, China is behind India 129 in terms of freedom index, Bangladesh 139, Pakistan surely not needed, but yes, South Asia में सबसे पीछे है. Fine. So all these are information important for prelims examination. Human freedom index. So yes, such kind of prelims examination question can be tried here. So what is given here? Consider the following statements about Human Freedom Index 2020. The index is published by American think tank Cato Institute and Fraser Institute in Canada. Correct statement. It covers indicators of civic and economic freedom only. So it is incorrect statement. Generally आप देख सकते हैं कि only लिखा है तो सोचना चाहिए logically भी. So personal freedom is also included. So three types of freedom: personal, civic and economic freedom. India is ranked 111 out of 162 countries. This is correct statement. That's why answer is 1 and 3. So important captions and quotations from today's lecture. Winning election is one aspect, achieving an emotional connect is another. So it is talking about how the political, let's say, or the ruling party or the government should connect to the people after, let's say, coming to the power also. इफेक्टिव कोऑपरेशन बिटवीन सेंटर एंड स्टेट मस्ट बी रिस्टोर्ड। तो ये सारे जो है पॉलिटी एंड गवर्नेंस, इससे रिलेटेड अगर एसए आता है या GS2 में क्वेश्चन आता है, सो यू कैन यूज दिस स्टेटमेंट्स। फाइन, ओके, सो दीज वेर इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल्स फ्रॉम टुडेज द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर। फॉर फर्दर इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन एडिटोरियल डिस्कशन क्लासेस और ED classes, wherein in-depth analysis of men's related issues and articles is done by Ansari sir and team, you can contact Lukman IAS. Thank you.